Imagine stepping into a city where time seems to have stopped, not in a decaying way, but preserved. This is Asmara, the capital of Eritrea. The first thing you notice is the clean, wide streets. The air is often cool and crisp, a surprise for this part of Africa. You see people walking, not rushing. They sit at small tables outside cafes, sipping coffee from little cups. It feels calm, almost strangely so. There is a sense of order here that is hard to describe. It is a city that invites you to slow down, to look, and to listen, before you even begin to understand it. The buildings tell a story all their own. Asmara is a living museum of modernist architecture. Structures built by Italian colonizers in the 1930s stand perfectly preserved. To understand Eritrea today, you must understand its past, and that past is defined by a single, overwhelming event: the War for Independence. For 30 long years, Eritreans fought a brutal struggle against Ethiopia. It was one of Africa's longest and deadliest conflicts. This was not a distant, historical event. It is a living memory for millions. Almost every family was touched by it. They lost fathers, mothers, sons, daughters. The war forged a powerful sense of national identity, a spirit of unity born from shared sacrifice. That spirit is visible everywhere: national holidays, the way people speak of their country. The war's end in 1991, formal independence in 1993, was a moment of incredible hope and pride. People believed they could finally build their nation on their own terms. There is one aspect of Eritrean life that defines it more than any other for the younger generation: national service. Officially, it is a program where all citizens must serve after high school. Men, women. It is meant to last 18 months, combining military training, teaching farming, construction. It was created to foster national unity and help rebuild the country after the war. For a nation with limited resources, it provided a vast pool of labor to build roads, dams, schools. However, the reality of national service has become far more complex and controversial. Following the 1998 border war with Ethiopia, the government declared a state of emergency. The 18-month term was suspended, and national service became indefinite for many. People found themselves serving for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, with very little pay. Their lives were put on hold. They could not choose their career where they lived, or when they could steiger den body burden quotas den mind be in start a family. Is national service a patriotic duty that protects the nation, or is it an indefinite sentence that stifles individual freedom? Food in Eritrea is about more than just sustenance. It is about community and tradition. The heart of most meals is injera, a large, spongy, slightly sour flatbread. It serves as the plate. It serves as the utensil. It is a major part of the meal itself. Spread across the injera are various flavorful stews, called sebi, lentils, chickpeas, vegetables, lamb, chicken. The stews are often seasoned with berbere, a complex spice blend that gives the food its deep red color and fiery kick. Eating is a shared experience. Everyone gathers around a single large platter. People tear off pieces of injera and scoop up the stews with their right hand. Even more important than food, perhaps, is coffee. The Eritrean coffee ceremony is a central cultural ritual, elaborate, slow, and intentional. It begins with raw green coffee beans being roasted in a small pan over hot coals. The host wafts the aromatic smoke toward guests so they can appreciate the smell. The roasted beans are ground by hand, often with a mortar and pestle. The grounds are brewed in a traditional clay pot called a jabina. The coffee is served in 3 distinct rounds. Awol, the strongest. Kali, weaker, more water added. Bareka, the weakest, considered a blessing. Each round is served in tiny handleless cups, often with sugar and sometimes ginger or other spices. The entire process can take an hour or more. A time for conversation and strengthening social bonds. To be invited for coffee is to be invited into someone's life, the ultimate expression of Eritrean hospitality. In Eritrea, the individual is always part of a larger whole. Family is the bedrock of society. It is not just about the nuclear family. It includes grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins. Multiple generations often live together or in close proximity, creating a strong, built-in support system. Elders are deeply respected for their wisdom and experience. Young people are expected to care for their parents in their old age. Faith provides another essential rhythm to life. The country is roughly split between Christians, Eritrean Orthodox Tewahedo, Sunni Muslims. The two communities have coexisted peacefully for centuries. Religious holidays are important public events celebrated by the entire community, regardless of faith. In a world that is more connected than ever, Eritrea stands apart. Access to the internet is extremely limited, slow, expensive. There are no mobile data plans for phones. To get online, you must go to an internet cafe. Websites that are commonplace elsewhere can take minutes to load, if they load at all. Life is lived offline. News travels through TV, radio, and word of mouth. Conversations in cafes, at the market, during the coffee ceremony. The digital divide creates a stark contrast between people inside the country and the Eritrean diaspora abroad. For a visitor, the quiet can be jarring. Then, you start to notice more, to become more present. Eritrea's geography is as varied as its history. The country can be divided into three distinct zones: Central Highlands, Western Lowlands, Red Sea Coast. The Central Highlands, where Asmara sits, are a high-altitude plateau, temperate, pleasant climate. The agricultural heartland, terraced fields on hillsides, teff, barley, vegetables. Descend west into the western lowlands, hotter, more arid rolling plains with acacia, home to pastoralist communities moving with herds, camels, cattle, goats. To the east, the land drops to the Red Sea along a breathtaking, twisting road. Massawa, port city, very different from Asmara, with Ottoman and Egyptian influences. Further south, the Dahlak archipelago, coral reefs and turquoise waters, a diver's hidden gem. Coastal life tied to the sea, fishing livelihoods. Distinct cultures across landscapes, united by national identity. Different lives, all Eritrean. Diversity is a strength but brings challenges. Schools, healthcare, and roads across difficult terrain. Another piece of the complex puzzle that is Eritrea. Life in Eritrea is shaped by scarcity. Decades of war, a command economy, international isolation have taken a toll. For many families, making ends meet is a daily struggle. Basic goods can be expensive or hard to find. The currency, the nakfa, is not convertible. And the government maintains tight control over the economy. Few private businesses remain. Most major industries are state-owned. People have learned to be resourceful, to make do with what they have. It is in the mechanic who can fix a 50-year-old car with handmade parts. It is in the woman who turns a small patch of land into a productive vegetable garden. A culture of repairing and reusing everything, clothes to household appliances. Nothing is wasted. Born from necessity, it has cultivated ingenuity and self-sufficiency. People rely on their skills and their community to get by. Self-reliance has driven dams and roads, built largely by national service conscripts. However, progress has been slow. Hardships remain real for the average citizen. This creates a life of quiet resilience, dignified, patient, finding joy in simple things. So, what do you make of Eritrea? It is a country that defies easy labels. It is not a simple story of oppression, nor is it a simple story of heroic self-reliance. A visitor leaves with a collection of powerful, often contradictory impressions. You remember the beauty of Asmara's architecture, the warmth of the coffee ceremony, the quiet, orderly streets. But you also remember the stories you hear in whispers: indefinite national service, families separated, dreams put on hold. How can a place feel so calm, and yet be the source of one of Africa's largest refugee crises? There is the government's truth of national security and self-reliance, and there is the individual's truth of daily life, joys, struggles, hopes. We come from places where individual freedom is often the highest value. In Eritrea, the collective, the nation, the community, is given priority. It is a different way of organizing a society, forged in a long and painful history. Eritrea does not ask for judgment, it asks for understanding. The quiet streets, warm smiles, unspoken sorrows, fierce pride, 10 minutes you will not soon forget. They stay with you, a quiet puzzle, inviting curiosity, long after you have left. Subscribe to Ned Voyage for more intriguing travel content.